Did her foster son bring his addiction home?
I found this little bag and I looked inside and it was heroin.
All rise for Judge Joe Brown. Experience, knowledge, and a passion for the truth.
Protecting womanhood and promoting manhood.
Bringing no-nonsense justice to Americans everywhere.
If you listen, you might learn something.
It's time for Judge Joe.
A woman is left with nothing but tough love for her foster child after watching him go downhill. High school senior Michael Bernstein is suing his former foster mother for the value of his property. Defendant Valerie Gardner says the plaintiff's poor behavior forced her to ask him to leave. Now it's Joe time.
I'm Mr. Bernstein. You're suing Ms. Gardner. Has in the past been your foster mother, is that right?
Correct.
You say she threw you out, refused to return all of your personal property. Is that substantially correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you, ma'am, say as a matter of propriety, for ethical purposes and a number of other purposes, you felt compelled to ask him to leave. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you have none of his personal property?
No, I don't.
Okay. You first, Mr. Bernstein.
Okay, well, like you said, Valerie was my foster mother when I was in 6th grade. We stayed close over the years till about now. It all started when I was going to move to her house because I was staying at a place by my high school, and the son was moving. It was my ex-girlfriend's mom. And
Stand with your ex-girlfriend's mom. You're 18, right?
Correct.
He wasn't at the time, Your Honor.
17.
Yes.
And he was kicked out of that home.
Now, you approached the defendant, did you not, and asked her if you could move back?
No.
Well, how did you get back there?
Because I was living there originally, but I left with a girlfriend because she sued a doctor and had tons of money and took me to LA, and I was gone for a while.
That's after he got kicked out from that home. He came, said he had nowhere to put his stuff, which he didn't have a lot. So, and he wanted to come and move in and said he was going to go to school and do everything he needs to do, which he didn't. He ended up saying, I'm just going to go for the night, I'll be back. He did not come back for about 3 weeks. He came to Hollywood here with this girl who had gotten some sort of settlement. They were doing drugs down here. It was, anyway, it was...
All right, I'll come back to you. I'm trying to assess some things here. Now, on April 3rd, you say you went to live with the defendant and stayed with her for about 3 weeks.
Correct.
In
this
3
was
weeks,
after LA. This was after LA.
3 weeks later, you went to visit your biological mother's house.
Correct.
When you say you were notified via Facebook by the defendant that she did not want you to return to her home.
And not step on her property with my stuff at her house.
You say a few days later, the defendant came over with a few items of your property and left them with your brother.
Correct.
You say
She had my
you
brother.
immediately noticed that she had not returned all of your property.
Correct.
What?
I had a boombox, all my CDs, my cologne. I had boxing gloves.
Bedding, suitcase,
Yeah,
2 knives, boombox, stereo headphones, CD case, remote control boat, and digital camera.
Correct.
Well, now, you seem to survive off of a Social Security benefit check that you get since your father died as a result of a heroin addiction. Is that right?
Correct.
You do too.
I do?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think you have a problem with it.
Okay.
But we'll get back to that later.
With it.
Now, she wanted to keep bedding and a suitcase. Why would she want that?
And she also
Why would she want a boombox?
You gotta ask her that question, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to. Now, let's see. The first time you got the plaintiff to foster was when his alcoholic mother voluntarily placed him into foster care. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
father died from heroin.
My hands are shaking a little bit, so.
And under the agreement that you brokered for him, Social Security benefits are supposed to be paid to him until he turns 21 if he remains in school. That's the standard agreement, right?
The Social Security, when he came to me in March is when he turned 18.
But he wasn't
And he
in college.
wasn't 18 yet.
Okay,
And
wasn't
he was
18.
in regular high school, of which he was lying to. We were taking him there. He was acting like he was going, and then I got a call.
You were dropping him off at the front door,
Yeah.
and lo and behold, he turned around and go elsewhere. Now,
10 days they withdrew him from school because there was a no-show.
and now let me ask you a
That's when
question.
he was
Did
in
he
Hollywood.
promise to you that he was going to do better?
He said that he was clean, he wasn't doing anything anymore, that, that's over with, and I want to live here with you, and he gave me the whole, I believe this boy, I love this boy, I've been through a lot with him through the years. So
He had some problems.
He
A
did.
lot would be an apt description.
he had just gotten released previously from a care facility for drugs and whatnot.
You have an adopted 16-year-old son, right?
He's autistic, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you have a 17-year-old daughter that's adopted.
Yes.
All right. And you have your own children who are now well grown. One looks like 40 and the other one 38 or 39. And your witness is your granddaughter. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, you indicate that your 16-year-old son had a piggy bank. Is that it?
Yes. He's
What happened with
mentally a lot younger, and he has a piggy bank that tells how much money's in it. And anyway, Mikey had gotten into his piggy bank, took his money from there.
That's true.
I do have alcohol in my house. He had gotten into that. I didn't think
That's
he would
true.
when he
Say
first got there.
he started sipping out of your liquor cabinet.
Yes, well, how I found out
Wow.
is he had borrowed my iPad, and he was taping himself on that. He was drinking the alcohol. He also taped himself doing drugs.
So on your iPad, he taped himself
And
doing
put it on
drugs,
YouTube.
shooting up
No, he was with
Snorting.
his nose. He just
nose
goes
candy,
like this.
and also drinking the alcohol that was mysteriously evaporating from the liquor closet.
Your Honor, I didn't need to take
And
her
he wasn't
alcohol.
going to school like he was
lets
supposed
me
to.
drink. I just have to ask her. She parties. She lets her
That's
granddaughter
not
and
true.
all of us have a party. I have pictures on Facebook that I would
Okay,
use.
all right, I know.
Yeah.